What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm in downtown Brooklyn, New York. One of my favorite neighborhoods out here in Brooklyn, and a neighborhood that's been developing a lot. Like I say, I've been abroad for a minute, so I just came back here and I want to see what are the updates, what is new out here. They develop any other high-rise buildings, so we're gonna stroll around the area. I'm right here by J Street and Metro Tech. I'm debating where should I go. Should I start by Fulton Street and then make my way towards the park, or vice versa? But I think everywhere we go, it's worth to look at. So without further ado, join me. Here, this is the huge Marriott Hotel. So I think I'm gonna make my left here until I make it towards the Fulton Street area, and then we're gonna stroll around the neighborhood to see what's going on. I'm trying to remember my way around since it's been a minute since I've been here, But I think once you start walking and get a hang of it, you pick up the area and the habits and you remember where you're at, because I've been here for over a decade. So far ahead of me, I see they open up 7th Street Burger. It's pretty popular in Manhattan. It seems like it made a way over here to Brooklyn, so I can see it ahead. I'll show you when I make it closer. You see they got a bike lane. The 7th Street Burger is right there to my right side corner. So behind the buildings, you see the developments going on. I forgot that here you can jaywalk, so if you don't see any cars passing by, you literally just cross the street like that. So kind of miss that. With this area, they got a little plaza right here, like a pedestrian plaza, so people get to sit down, chill, enjoy food, or just, socialize. This is a brand new condo. It's been here for a minute, but they pop it up. And then over here's Fulton Street. This used to be a vibrant outdoor mall, but little by little they've been changing it. But they develop it here. They put like outdoor sitting area. There used to be a lot of stores here that I would come and shop, but I want to see what has changed since I left. Is there any difference or anything? Last time I passed here, a lot of establishments were closed or abandoned, so I don't know if they're gonna pop up like new buildings over here, because the way how they're developing downtown Brooklyn, like pretty fast. Here's an empty lot, so it seems like they're gonna develop something else, like right next to this condo over here. And here is at the beginning of Fulton Street, and at the end you can see all the skyscrapers, including the Brooklyn Tower. We're gonna make it towards that way in a bit, but I'm pushing my way over this side. And I tell you, downtown Brooklyn is so big that it could be like its own independent city and still be, bigger than many other cities out here in the US. So as I see, look, a lot of stores are abandoned and closed. They built new ones, and over here, I think it used to be the Macy's. It's been here for a long time. They shut it down. You can see out the picture how beautiful it is. And on top, they built up like new condos. So things are changing out here, And our gentrification is pushing its way deeper into Brooklyn. Despite everything, it's still vibrant over here comparing to many other cities that have been. There's still a lot of movement, a lot of people going on over here. Like I say, those people in TikTok, influencers, they be saying that New York is dead, but it's not dead. I've been walking around many areas so far, and it's still busy over here. So and it keeps going over here, and then ahead of me is where the transition happens. So there should be Albee Square Plaza and a couple of establishments out here. This building was not here. They pop it out like really quick. This is Albee Square right here, right behind one of the new shopping districts. So they literally pop up this, and then they got the Brooklyn Tower all the way here. And then a plaza that people get to sit down. Usually during August season, they bring music events here and people get to sit down and chill. So, like a really good spot. Then more condos are being popped up over there once you head towards Flatbush Avenue. So I'm gonna make it to a new plaza, a new square that they develop out here. I forgot the name. I think it's called Abolition Plaza or something like that. But it's like a really nice park, and it's surrounded by a lot of modern buildings over here. Next to the City Point shopping district. So let's walk over there to see what are the vibes. This is City Point, and then if you go underground, they got like a really good food court. So with great food, and then we keep going over here. You can see how they develop. You can come here and say this is Manhattan, and people will believe it. It's actually the heart of Brooklyn. Look, all of these buildings were not here. So they really developed the hell out of this district. And then to my left is the park, the plaza that I'm telling you. And this is the new park. And this is the new park that I'm talking about, surrounded by the modern buildings. It's a really nice park, and they got like a playground literally in the middle, and there's chairs here where people get to sit down and chill. So they've done a really good job, to develop downtown district of Brooklyn. They also got an Aloft Hotel right there. I stay in the Aloft Hotel in Long Island City, Queens. Bangkok, Thailand, and Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Really good brand of hotel, but over there is like in another level. They do a really good job. This is a plaza behind me, but now let's make it towards the other side by Flatbush Avenue to see what is going on over there. So this is the Brooklyn Tower we're in. It's not open yet. They build it pretty fast, but you know, well, the good thing is there's no more scaffolding. Every time I walk here, there's always a scaffolding. You know, here, like I said, they took away the scaffolding, so it kind of looks like a golden color from a distance. Let me see, showing you like a little close-up. It's like this bronze color, I guess, and got the silver in it, so this is what the Brooklyn Tower looks like from the first level. So I think the building is gonna be mostly like luxury lofts and apartments. Great, like if New York City really needs that. Like what they really need to do is do like more affordable housing for the city, you know, because there's a lot of people in need. Things are super, super pricey, and even people who work, they're struggling to make dead ends meet out here. So, you know, here's Junior's restaurant. They specializes in their cheesecake, but this is kind of like a diner concept too. Never been inside, but I might go one day. They got another branch near the Times Square area, so. And this is the other building that they literally just developed. I think I'm gonna cross towards that way, because I think I get a better view on this side of the skyscrapers that have been popping up, so. And then I'm gonna make it towards that way, towards where Fort Greene is. So not only I'm doing the downtown district, I'm doing also like the surrounding neighborhoods. So you can see how they're developing all over. Oh, they got like a theater over here, and people queuing up. Cool. So this over here is the DeKalb Avenue. You go all the way there and it takes you to Fort Greene, and I'm surrounded by a sea of skyscrapers. So the building is not fully open yet, it's still developing, and this is another one that they pop up. When I walk more towards Barclay, you're gonna see like the skyline over here. Wow, look at this, it's pretty dope, right? Here's another modern building. If you go that way, it's really cool too. I'll make my way eventually once I make it towards Barclays Center. So you can see another angle. Empty lot that are gonna pop up something else. With this building, there's more buildings at the end. We're gonna keep walking over here. Wow, they finished this one pretty quick. And then if you go to Long Island City, Queens, it's also crazy how fast they're pretty much developing everything. And then we're making it close to Ashland Plaza, which is another cool plaza here. And in the summertime, they bring like music events and people chill. Right next to a tall condo in the Whole Foods supermarket. So it's gonna be really nice to see what's going on over here, even though I don't feel as much people because the heat, you know, it's a little bit brutal right now. It's Ashland Plaza. And it's kind of like a little semi-art district that they got here in this downtown area. They got like a theater around here too, so later I'm gonna walk like a couple of blocks towards that way to see what's going on. Now let's make it towards Barclays Center. I love that building, and I want to see what is the action that's happening right there right now. Once you make it to the intersection ahead, it's gonna be crazy and pretty busy. Look how fast they build this building out here. Yeah, the block ahead in the next intersection is the famous Barclays Center. The Nets that played for Brooklyn, they used to be part of New Jersey in an old Coliseum. I don't know if the Coliseum is still there in East Rutherford, but then they transported to Brooklyn. It's been years since they moved over here, so crazy, right? Here you see how busy it is by Atlantic Avenue, where the major train station is. There should be like a mosque over that side because I hear the prayers going on. And then the bars are gonna get interesting in the intersection ahead of us. Here's the traditional Barclays Center, and behind it developed like condos. And then if you keep going up Flatbush Avenue, I'll take you to Grand Army Plaza, and they have like a lot of restaurants, a lot of bars, and a lot of cool activities going on over there. And behind me, it highlights the skyline of downtown Brooklyn, New York. A lot of high-rise buildings that they pop up over there. The one thing that spikes my curiosity is this over here. It's like a grass, and I guess people can climb on it. So it seems like they're developing the plaza by the Coliseum. And the nighttime it lit up with a lot of lights. Then, you know, they got stores, a lot of things to do with the surrounding areas. And then this is a major subway station where you can take a couple of lines to connect you to different parts of Brooklyn and Manhattan. Oh man, the heat is just intense and it makes it hard for you to do stuff, you know. I can tell you, I don't know what it's about New York City. Like, it's only 80-something degrees, but it feels like bad compared to the 114 degrees I was dealing with in Thailand. Not sure if the air quality is not the best out here, but it, you know, literally drains you over here. So it's like a shopping mall over here, Burlington Coal Factory, and the connection of the train station right there. Now I'm just gonna make my way towards Fort Greene Park to see what is happening over there. Hopefully I can cool off with the good trees and vegetation that they got going on over there. And here you see all the, this is a condo over here. Like I said, all these are like new buildings that's been opened a few years ago. It's crazy how fast they be developing the area out here. And look at this area, bike lane, you know, both directions, and then tall, nice looking buildings over here. Like I tell you, it literally feels like you're somewhere like in the heart of Midtown. Like I don't think I've walked around this intersection. This is kind of what Ashland and I can't even read the other intersection. Fulton Street, so they got Fulton Street and then Flatbush Avenue. So yeah, I've always gone by where the outdoor mall is, but I never walk in this direction. So literally looks like a little bit of Midtown. Right here, you see? Like you would think you're in the 50-something street, but this is downtown Brooklyn, New York. And this street over here is actually a faster way for me to shortcut. If I shortcut here like a block or two, then I should be right by Fort Greene Park in the neighborhood. So yeah, this new building even has like some sitting areas over here with trees, so that's pretty dope. So people are gonna sit down there, eat food, or enjoy the nice weather with a breeze, but like I said, today it's very hot. And I'm really loving the bike lane out here. It's really cool. If you go to the other few blocks in Fort Greene, it's mostly like some beautiful brownstone buildings. Here, another building that they're developing. It looks like it's pretty luxury. I can see a little bit portion of the inside. Goes all the way up. But the trees are literally blocking, and then I see two other buildings that I have not seen yet near the hospital, so gotta show you. So this one, two, this one is being built. So it's like non-stop development. Here's part of Fort Greene. Usually they got like, you know, coffee shops, business. And if you detour on one of those streets, it's beautiful because they got the brownstone buildings. I ended up buying one of this electrolytes, coconut water to hydrate yourself with the heat. But you have to show it the wrong way. But yeah, I thought maybe this can help me out a little bit so that way I don't feel bad. Then we got a hospital right here. And then the park is a block ahead of me. And then when I start going up, you'll see some of the developments of downtown Brooklyn. And like I said in my previous videos, like in the summertime, this over here, it gets pretty busy. Like they do the Soul Summit Festival, and it's literally like jam-packed, like people bumping people to people over here. So it's probably gonna happen in a few weeks. I could be wrong, but I think this is the biggest high school in New York City. I forgot what it is, the Brooklyn Science High School or the Tech High School. But I know I saw a video about it, pretty long and big. Look at all the buildings over here. Feels like you're somewhere in Manhattan. But now I'm entering the urban oasis. The park, Fort Greene Park. I tell you, man, I'm drained. Megas are still recovering a little bit from the jet lag of my trip back in Asia, but pushing forward to keep on bringing, you know, content to you guys and people. Here's the park. Wow, thank God there's a nice breeze. And they got the pine trees over here. Reminds me a little bit of Baguio in the Philippines, or even south of Vietnam, like in the mountains where they got the pine trees and nice nature. Then they have really gentrified the heck out of Fort Greene. Like it's changed a lot. Just go to one of those music events like Soul Summit. Google it back when they were doing it in the early 2000s and check it out now. So you can see how different the vibes are right now. But so far I love this park. So you can see we're literally covered with trees. There's more over that way. People just chilling. There's a tennis court right here. And then you can bring your pets, your dogs. And here's another region where they got all these trees. And the monument right there at the end. But I'll tell you, if you come here during the Soul Summit event, where I'm standing right here, it'll be super packed. And you'll be bumping people to people out here. This is like the main attraction of Fort Greene. And if you go over that way, it's the stairs steep down. Like I say, I like to call this like the rocky stairs of Brooklyn, New York. I might sit down on one of the chairs to get a little bit of cool breeze. It looks pretty normal here, and then here you see the stairs. So it's a good area where you can work out. So a 360 view, the Prison Ship Martyrs Monument. So I decided to sit down here and take a little bit of a break, and wow, it's a really chill vibe. You know, the breeze over here feels nice, and I just love how you see the diversity of people out here in this neighborhood. That's what makes New York, pretty special. So I'm glad I came here to enjoy the summer and record all the vibes that's happening in the summer. Like I say, I'm still recovering from a jet lag, so I'm just taking it easy. But once I recover 100%, then I'm gonna start doing my best to film, a lot of neighborhoods. So after taking a few minutes of break, I'm just walking around here, down the hill in the park, and I'm gonna make it towards some of the apartment complexes to show you the architecture. I'm not gonna walk the entire length because most of the streets, they look pretty much similar, but they're actually gorgeous. But I'll show you from this angle that I'm walking around. And then over here is the actual Fort Greene section. Usually when you see the signs in the brown color, it's because it's an historic district, and you can see the beauty of the architecture. They're renovating this one here in the corner. And then they got this one over here, which is pretty nice. Like the old classic historic brownstone buildings. No matter what neighborhood of Brooklyn you go, it's pretty interesting to look at. Even the ones that are a little bit deeper inside, or the ones that are considered rough, there is still some interesting things to find out there. Here, you see? Look at this gorgeous architecture surrounded by the trees. Just like an adventure, then this is only within a few minutes of a subway commute into Manhattan. You get neighborhoods like this. Like I said before, this neighborhood has really come in a long way, like super gentrified, like I say. Especially when you go to the park, you just see a lot of people just chilling out here. I love how well paved the sidewalk is and how all the trees are literally covered out here. These neighborhoods are pretty big. I think a good way to see it is in a bike. Did a bike video already in Jersey, but I think I'm gonna start doing more bike videos out here. Here comes a fire truck. No matter if you walk even in a quiet residential neighborhood, there's always gonna be the sounds of the sirens. That's how you know it's officially a New York City block, when you hear either the ambulance, the police, or sirens. Well, here they got the PJs, like we call them in New York, or the housing projects. So this side is different from the other side over that way, where they got brownstones, and here they got the PJs. But it's still pretty interesting to walk around here. I gotta tell you, I think that coconut water actually helped, because I feel much better now. And also when I'm sheltering with the trees, they got a basketball court out here. Oops, sorry. Have a basketball court out here. Even like tables, we could do kind of like a picnic. So we come all over here. Even in Jersey, they have a lot of parks that are very good to spend your time during the summertime. So like I say, I think New York City summers are actually one of the best around here, because the vibes are just different from other places. And then even here, after you pass the PJs, it got new developments going on. It looks like this type of buildings that they would post in housingconnect.com. And the street that I'm walking is Myrtle Avenue. It goes all the way to Bushwick, which I did at one time. Like, I think 4 years ago, I walked from downtown Brooklyn all the way to Bushwick using Myrtle Avenue. It was actually a really good walk, though. It's been a minute since I walked like a long distance and do a video like that, but maybe I'll start doing it again, because you can see how much the vibes in the neighborhoods changes throughout the blocks when you be passing by. So this is hilarious, because they got the PJs, and then in the middle is this building stuck right here, and then the PJs that keep going. And here, beautiful bike lane. That's why I say I need to bring my bike more often right now and enjoy all the benefits that the summer and the city has to offer me. This is the other side. This will take me back towards where I came, Flatbush Avenue. The sun is literally hitting me, so you can't really see the buildings pretty clear. But a lot of developments going on over here. Where I started my videos right there, J Street and Metrotech. So I'm gonna walk literally where I started, because the subway line is right there, and hop back in the subway to Manhattan and then home. But the afternoon is being incredible, and pretty productive out here. So I think this is like a medical center. Or maybe it's a condo, but it says like the Brooklyn Cancer Center right here in the first floor. And then you see all the high-rise buildings right there. So it's probably a medical center in the first floor of this condos over here. A lot of apartments that you get around New York City, in the first floor they got medical facilities, pharmacy stores. So it's like, you don't have to walk a further distance. You got everything literally within doorsteps of where you live. Got more cool buildings out here developed. And that should be Flatbush Avenue right there, and J Street and Metrotech. I'm just entering again the plaza of J Street and Metro Tech. What I say is a lot of like college around here and a lot of important activities that you do around here in Brooklyn. And then they got the plaza with beautiful trees. So I'm just gonna walk towards the other side and wrap up my video over that way. So this is what you get. It's literally like a little, like a semi-college campus. It looks like that. And they got this here, nice looking streets. And a pedestrian bridge on top that connects you from one building to another one. And then they got the little park out here. Here you see all the vegetation. Pretty nice what they did here to maintain the area, you know, pretty nice. Then in the corners of J3, Metro Tech subway station, the AC, and the F train. So I think over here is gonna be a perfect area to wrap up my video. It's been an amazing evening out here in downtown Brooklyn, New York. I got more videos coming up. I'm gonna film more videos out here in the summer. And then late summer, I'm gonna travel somewhere else. But you know, that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.